Hi guys, welcome to our ValZenDen. My name is Valerie. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the highly anticipated Zodiac collection. I can't believe it's finally here. So if you guys haven't seen these type of videos, I usually compare the new collection to already existing light lacquer polishes. I also do a swatch video, and at the very end I do rank these polishes. It might be a little hard because everybody's sign is in this collection, so it's gonna be maybe a little bit biased, but hopefully we can all agree that this whole collection is amazing. I also wanted to let you guys know I will be doing a huge giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers, so please don't forget to subscribe and give this a like, and also let me know what your favorite polish is. So I did receive this in PR, so thank you again so much, Lights Lacquer. I cannot believe I got all 12 of them. I'm still like on cloud 9 about the whole PR thing. So anyways, I got this in the package. This is just the little note that they put on every collection. I am obsessed with this card though. It's so beautiful. I love how the colors are just like ombre on top of each other, so pretty. And this is the back if you guys want to pause and read it. So I did get all 12 of them in its original single packaging. I didn't get the little rounds PR, but that's totally fine because I assume most of you are not going to get the PR. So I can show you guys individually like the boxes so you guys can see up close how they look like. So this is the front. It's so beautiful. This part is obviously like glossy and shiny. I am obsessed with this. I love like the magic feel to it. And then on the side it just says Lights Lacquer, and it says it on the other side as well. And this is the back of the packaging if you guys want to pause and read it. And then at the very end, I just grabbed a random color, but it just looks like this. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, I'm a Virgo, so I'm definitely going to start with Virgo. Before I start, I actually want to say that for these comparisons, I wanted to do something really special. I'm actually going to be comparing them with an additional shade, so I'm going to be comparing all these colors with 4 colors in total. I just couldn't decide because some of these colors are such a hybrid of different colors, so I wanted to compare them to all the different colors they are combined to be, and that's why some of them might look a little funky. But yeah, this time it's going to be 4 different polishes. Okay, so the first one is gonna be Virgo. Okay, so Virgo is described as a deep teal with emerald green shimmers. Oh my god, I did not get the grasp of the emerald until I got it in person, and I compared it first of all to emerald, and it's literally emerald in a shimmer form. If you guys have seen my videos, you know that emerald is like probably like my top favorite polish ever, and to have it in like a shimmer form, it is just like a dream come true because I love my shimmers. Alright, hopefully you guys are seeing the comparisons now. The next one I compared it to is Central Perk, because Central Perk gave me that like not such a deep forest green vibe, so it is like a more teal-ish kind of green, even though it is more green than emerald. And then after that I compared it to Hoping to Be Kissed, just because it is like the other shimmery green color, and I wanted you guys to see how they look together, but obviously they're so different. Hoping to Be Kissed is like a true deep forest green. And then now it might get a little bit weird, but the last color that I compared it to is Sand Noodles. But honestly, when I compared it to Sand Noodles, it looks so similar in like the shimmery aspect of it. So if you guys have Sand Noodles and you get Virgo, please compare them because they're like the shimmer, and there's something about it that has like similarities. But I just wanted you guys to see it in the picture, and hopefully it captures the similarity, because if not, I'm just gonna look crazy up here. But yeah, Virgo, I feel like they said that this is the most popular one, and they absolutely killed it. I am, as a Virgo, I'm extremely happy with the decision, so thank you so much, guys. Alright, so I'm not going in any particular order. I'm just grabbing the first one that I see, and the second one that I got here is Libra. Okay, so Libra is described as a pink-red jelly with rainbow glitter. If you guys watch me, you know that pink is like one of my least favorite polishes to use. But when I saw this one, I kid you not, I freaked out. I don't know if it's because it's a jelly or if because it has rainbow glitters. I don't know what it is, but this color completely won my heart. I did watch Kathleen's reveal video, and she did mention that this color reminds her of those like inflatable couch things, and this completely reminds me of my childhood, so it is very refreshing to see. I really like this pink because it's not your typical creme or anything like that, and it's not even your typical shimmer because it's like a jelly shimmer, so I think that combination is so cool. So automatically when I thought about Libra, the first color that I thought about was Donna. That's why I compared her first, because Donna is like the only neon pink color, and these will look so pretty also in a mani. Obviously they're both hot pink, so they are similar, but obviously Donna is just like a regular color and Libra is like shimmery and all pretty and stuff. So after Donna, I compared it to Venus, because Venus is also like a very neon like hot pink kind of color. Even though I know you can't buy her, but if you guys have her, it's very similar, even though Venus is more creme with like golden shimmers. So I think what reminded me the most is just like the hot pink color, because the finish of like the glitters are completely different. Alright, so the next one I compared it to is We Go Together, because We Go Together is the other like shimmery pink in Night's Lacquer. Obviously they're not similar at all, because We Go Together is like more of a hollow with like really fine shimmers, and it's not like a super hot pink like Libra. So they are different, but I felt like it was nice to compare two glittery pinks together. Okay, and at the end I did compare it to Delilah, because Delilah is one of the brightest, you know, out there kind of pinks, even though it's such a beautiful soft pink at the same time. So I'm just like contradicting myself. Alright, so the next polish I have here is Gemini. Okay, so I am fully aware of the controversy that's going on in the light lacquer community. I know a lot of Geminis are kind of pretty pissed about this polish, but once I, you know, like applied it and everything, I actually ended up loving it more than I thought I would. Obviously, I'm not a Gemini, so I can't say much about it, but if you guys do end up buying it, you guys are gonna love it so much. It's very electric, and the Geminis that I have in my life are very electric people, so it does match their energy. But if you guys buy it and save it for the summer, it's gonna be the most fun sunny summer color ever. But anyways, Gemini is described as an electric lime yellow. So I will say that when I was comparing this polish, it was a little weird because it looks yellow, but once you compare it to other polishes, it's so much more green than you actually think. So this polish is such like a hybrid that the first color that I felt was like the closest was Now and Later, which is considered a green, but Now and Later is like an apple, like a sour apple green type of color, so it does have like a mix of yellowish in it. So if you guys can see the comparisons, you can see how much of a green toned Gemini is. So if you think it's like a pure yellow one, it's really not. Okay, so the second one that I thought of when I saw it in their Instagram and stuff is Bikini Bottoms. Surprisingly, it's not as similar as I thought. Bikini Bottoms is so much more green. That's where you can see how much more yellow Gemini is. Okay, so next I compared it to Funshine Bear because it's like a light yellow in Light Slacker, so I wanted you guys to see how it looks against like a pastel-y kind of yellow. And then after that I did Slice of Life because I feel like Slice of Life is like a true yellow, so you guys can see how much it leans towards green. So hopefully this is a good comparison for my Geminis out there, so you guys can see how unique and pretty your color actually is. Alright, so the next color I have here is the beautiful Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio is described as a deep black cherry. I honestly did not realize how much we needed this color in Light Slacker because we do have other similar like dark reddish kind of colors, but this one is so unique and it's so Scorpio. And I feel like this color, first of all, is perfect for the fall, and also I feel like this is the type of color that's gonna appeal to everyone, like of all ages. Okay, so like I said, I feel like Light Slacker does have some deep red shades. So obviously the first one I compared it to was Ruby because I feel like this is like the darkest red that we have. So obviously Ruby is like a deep red kind of color, but you can see if you, especially if you have Scorpio already, if you compare it to Ruby, you can see how much more purple Scorpio is, and Ruby is more of like a brown red kind of shade, and obviously it has like the shards of shimmer all around it, so it's very different. All right, so the next one I compared it to is Varsity Jacket. It is like a deep reddish purplish kind of color, so I felt like it was perfect to compare this color. So the next one I compared it to is Midnight Train because Midnight Train gives me that like wine red kind of vibe to it, so I felt like maybe Midnight Train would be like a sister to Scorpio, but obviously Midnight Train is way lighter and it's more of like a red kind of color. Okay, and at the very end I compared it to Joan only because I feel like the undertone of Joan gave me Scorpio vibes, even though it's like a crap ton of red and like black shimmers on it. It is similar enough, so I hope this comparison helped. Okay, so the next polish I have here is Aries. Okay, so Aries is described as a holographic raspberry red. So it's a little funny because when I saw this polish on their Instagram, I thought it was like very, very red. But once I got it in person, you can tell how pinky it actually is. It's a very, very pretty color and it's like fast drying, so I really like that. The other one that's super fast drying, I forgot to mention, is Virgo as well. And like Gemini and those type of like kind of like matte-ish kind of finishes. So this comparison, I feel like it's one of the weirdest ones because I really wanted to go for like a full-on red like comparison, but it felt weird because this is like one of those hybrid polishes that is like very red but like very pink at the same time. So the first polish that I compared this to is Venus. Again, they don't sell them anymore, but I just felt like they had something so similar about them. Venus is a hot pink, but I feel like Aries has like so much like hot pink qualities to them. Hopefully I don't look like an idiot comparing them to. Okay, so after Venus, I compared it to As If because I wanted to give you like a true red comparison, but I feel like when you see it next to As If, you can see how much more pinky it actually is. I'm sorry if I didn't compare it to more reds. I just did not think it looked similar to any of the other reds. The next one I compared it to is Tooth Sweets. That was like a match made in heaven because I feel like Tooth Sweets is just like Aries in the fact that it's like a hybrid, because when I saw it in their winter collection, I thought it was like a full-on red, but when I got it in person and like placed them next to the other reds, it was so much more of a hot pink than I actually imagined. So I felt like it was so cool to compare those two hybrids. Obviously they don't look that similar, but it's definitely a good like point of reference to have. And then at the very end, I compared this one to Joan again, just because Joan is like a very beautiful like true red, shimmery dark red kind of thing. So I did want you guys to see like how much more pinky again Aries is compared to other reds. But yeah, this is like such a beautiful color, so I feel like the Aries out there are gonna love it. Okay, so the next polish I have here is Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn is described as a black with golden green shimmer. This is one of my big 3 signs. I can say that this is a beautiful magical polish. It is so pretty. Okay, to be honest, I feel like this polish was the one that gave me the most trouble in comparing. Yes, it is like a black, but it has a bunch of, like the description says, golden green shimmers, which makes it like more of like an olivey kind of thing if anything. I love like the gold green shimmers, so pretty. Alright, so obviously the first one that I thought about was Meet Me at Space because it is the other black shimmery polish, but they are worlds apart even if they are black polishes. Meet Me at Space is more like of a rainbowy kind of finish, and obviously Capricorn is green golden, so yeah, they're super different. So now is where it begins to get a little weird. I thought about comparing it to Frog Prince because it is like an olivey green golden shimmer kind of color, even though this is like straight up green golden. I did want to compare it to Capricorn because it does have like those elements in it, but I feel like Frog Prince is way more olivey than Capricorn, so they are super different, but I know someone out there might want to see a comparison, so yeah. Hope it helps. Okay, so after that I did Chloe because Chloe is also like a deep olivey kind of green. Obviously Chloe is like a creme, so it has nothing to do with the shimmer that Capricorn is. I did want to show you guys an example of like similarity undertones within the shimmers. Okay, so the last color is actually something that I have worn myself, and I thought it would be super helpful if you guys would see it for yourselves. So before Meet Me at Space and obviously Capricorn existed, I did use Tuxedo Mask and Here Comes the Sun on top of each other, and when I first saw Capricorn, I'm like, that looks kind of similar to that time that I used Tuxedo Mask and Here Comes the Sun. So I actually went ahead and replicated it for you guys. I feel like the comparisons are very similar. I thought maybe somebody out there has done the same thing that I have, so if you guys are interested in purchasing Capricorn, you can see how different it looks than Here Comes the Sun on top of Tuxedo Mask. I will say that they are very similar, but the blend with the two colors are a little bit more teal than I thought it would look. Capricorn is way more like toned down and more earthy than Here Comes the Sun and Tuxedo Mask. It's a more chill type of version of the two polishes together, and that just makes it seem like different polishes. Let me know what you guys think about that, but I hope that, you know, like blend of colors helps you guys out. Alright guys, so the next polish I have here is Taurus. Taurus is described as a dusty matcha green. I honestly got so much more excited when I got this color in person because it's just the most beautiful, like chill, dusty green. I did not realize how much we needed this polish in light lacquer. It is so beautiful. Like, if you know me, you know I love greens. Literally, this is such a beautiful green. Especially if you want to like experiment with more colorful polishes, you can definitely try Taurus because it's such a soft green that it's not like bikini bottoms, let's say, for example, that it's like super neon and stuff. Okay, so honestly, the first color that I thought about when I saw Taurus was Melancholy, and when I swatched them, I realized how completely different they were. Melancholy is such a more bright, vibrant green than Taurus, but they both have like a softness to them, if that makes any sense at all. If you have Melancholy, trust me, Taurus looks nothing like it. Okay, so the next one I compared it to was Chloe. I compared it to Chloe because it also reminds me of like a very like calm type of green, nothing neon or crazy. I feel like these two look so beautiful together, like in an ombre mani type of thing. I also compared it to 11 because I felt like people would want to see it compared to like a olivey kind of green, if that makes any sense. But you can obviously tell how much more like yellow and mustardy 11 is. And the last one I compared it to was Everlasting Gobstopper, but you can tell how much more of like a sour apple green Everlasting Gobstopper is. Taurus is like the perfect sagey dusty green, so I highly recommend it. Alright, so the next polish I have here is Cancer. Okay, so Cancer is described as a light periwinkle with slight pearlescent silver. I completely fell in love when I saw this color, like on their Instagram, on their website, like everywhere. I just love beautiful, soft periwinkle colors. I just feel like this type of color looks pretty like in all seasons. Okay, so for comparisons, I automatically knew I had to compare this to Moon River because I know so many of you guys were gonna think about Moon River. And yes, they are similar, but obviously Cancer is a lot lighter and it does have like that pearly silverness to it, and Moon River, it's a lot darker and I feel like it's more gray-ish than Cancer, but both of them are beautiful polishes. I also compared it to Grumpy Bear, but Grumpy Bear is more of like a true purpley gray kind of polish, but I just felt like they looked similar enough to compare. So the next one I compared it to is Cold Case. I just wanted to show you guys gray tonedness of it. Obviously they don't look similar at all, and at the very end I did compare it to the One Wear, even though the One Wear is like more of a true purpley lavender color. I just thought they were similar enough to compare them, even though the One Wear is more like pink toned, like purpley color. Let me know if this comparison actually helped you guys. Alright, so the next polish I have here is Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius is described as a bright plum with blue and pink shifts. By the way, this is one of my big threes. I'm a Virgo with a Sagittarius moon and Capricorn rising. So obviously I was like looking forward to those three. So honestly, when I saw this on their Instagram and their website, I automatically thought about Xenon. Just because Xenon also is like a purpley with like blue pink shifts to it. But once you see the comparisons, you can see how different they actually are. First of all, Xenon is like an actual shimmer with like bumpy shimmers. Now that I see them and compare them, Xenon is so much more blue toned than Sagittarius. It is different, so I was very shocked when I saw that. Okay, so the second one I compared it to was My Jam. Obviously My Jam is a different finish, but it gives me a similar vibe because I feel like the undertone is kind of similar. I've actually used My Jam and Xenon before on my nails. I know for sure that Sagittarius and My Jam would look so pretty in a mani. So the next one I compared it to is Varsity Jacket, because it does give me like that purpley kind of feel to it, even though Varsity Jacket is more like of a red purple, but I just felt like they were somewhat similar enough to like put it here. And the last one I compared it to is Protozoa, even though Protozoa is like such a dark purple, but they are like shimmery purples in the end. So if you do have Protozoa and you're thinking about getting Sagittarius, they're so different. Alright, so the next polish I have here is Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius is described as a deep royal blue with multicolored shimmers. I love blue polishes, and this one just reminds me of one when I was a kid and I would wear these all the time, like a super deep blue shimmery polish. Oh my god, I'm just so happy it exists. So my friend Sam actually compared this polish to the Old Kale polish Aquarius. So I will link her, I don't know if she put it on her Instagram or her YouTube video, but definitely go check her out because she did compare it to the Old Kale polish polish. And oh my god, this is so funny and like random, but this polish completely reminded me of that ginormous blue diamond that lady threw in the ocean in Titanic. It just gave me that vibe, and it also reminds me of like the ocean, like just a dark ocean. If you guys have been on a cruise, you see the ocean just like such a deep beautiful blue. It just reminds me of that. So the first one that I compared it to was I'll Be Home. I could definitely see them being sisters, but obviously Aquarius is like a true shimmery polish, and I'll Be Home is just like, it has like fine pearlescent kind of, you know, shimmer to it. Okay, so after that I compared it to Woman, just because Woman is also like a very beautiful deep blue. They just look so pretty together. So the next one that I compared it to is I Got Off the Plane. Technically you might think it's a purple, but it's actually like a blurple, and it just reminded me so much of it. But obviously they're not like the most similar ones. I just thought they would look similar enough to put it here, but they're obviously not the same thing. And the last one that I compared to, it was like a fight between Berry and Booze Cruise, just because I feel like Berry is a very vibrant blue. I don't know why. I felt like you guys would want to see Booze Cruise better than seeing Berry. Booze Cruise is more of like a purple polish, and you can see how much more purple it is in Aquarius, but it has a similar vibe that I thought definitely they would love to see Booze Cruise. And also, if you have Booze Cruise, don't be afraid to get Aquarius because they are not the same at all. All right guys, we're almost done. So the next color that I have here is Pisces. Pisces is described as a soft seafoam blue. I can't get enough of these polishes. Obviously, when I saw Pisces, I thought about other light lacquer polishes. I was just like so excited to add it to the family. So like you guys, the first one that I thought about was Eat My Shorts. Now looking at the comparisons, Eat My Shorts is so much more like dark green, if that makes any sense. They're both like stunning colors. I feel like they would look so beautiful in a mani, but Eat My Shorts is a lot darker and a lot more green. All right, so the next one I compared it to is Send Noodles, which is like one of my favorite shades of light lacquer, but you can see how much more of like a darkish blue Send Noodles is. I feel like putting it next to Send Noodles makes Pisces look more green, if anything. Similar, but like definitely a lot different. Okay, so the next one I compared it to is We Were on a Break. We Were on a Break is such like a dusty gray toned blue. Pisces is just like a beautiful green blue, like light kind of color. So yeah, they're super different. So I struggled a little bit at the very end, and I ended up putting Wish Bear, just because this color is like similar but like a lighter version of Pisces. I feel Wish Bear is a lot more green toned though, but I just feel like those two would also look really pretty together. It's so satisfying seeing the Pisces comparisons. I just like, I'm truly obsessed with blue green kind of polishes, so I love it so much. All right, officially the last polish I have here is Leo. Okay, Leo is described as an orange with pink shifts and fine hollow glitters. Sorry if you guys disagree, but I am obsessed with this color. The second I saw it on their Instagram, I'm like, yo, this color is so pretty. I feel like it's one of the most unique ones from this collection to light lacquer, because I feel like we don't have anything like this, and I love colors like this. This was also one of the colors that's a hybrid that gave me like the most trouble besides a couple other ones. There's just so many like shifts to this color that I just felt like it needed to be compared to all the other colors that I thought were similar to it. So the first one I compared it to was Which We Call a Rose, which kind of took me by surprise because I honestly thought I was gonna compare this one to Mame first, because that's like the color that popped into my head when I saw Leo. But once I got it in person and I started swatching everything, I noticed how similar it looked to Which We Call a Rose, because I feel like Which We Call a Rose has like a pinky orangey kind of like pop to it. So the second one I compared it to is Mame. I'm obsessed with Mame. Love this color still to this day. So to have a color so similar to Mame just like makes me so happy. So after that I compared it to Alyssa. I don't know why it gave me that kind of vibe, even though Alyssa's like definitely like a pink polish, but it does have like similarities in a way. And at the very end I compared it to Toot Sweets, just because like I said before, Toot Sweets is like a hybrid, and I felt like Leo had like a bunch of different like warm toned colors to them. This comparison is probably like weird as hell, but I hope it helps somebody out there. Alright guys, so the time has come for the ranking. So since there's literally 12 polishes, I decided to break them up into elements. So I'm gonna start with Earth because that is my element. I already know which one my favorite is. Obviously that's Virgo, but for the rest of them I can't pick. I love both of them for so many different reasons. I love black nail polish, but at the same time I love green seen so much, and we don't have anything like Taurus. If you guys can get any trio, I feel like Earth is the most popular one and like the prettiest one. Just in my opinion, just saying. Okay, so let's move on to the air signs. Not because it's an ugly color, even though I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like hating on it, but my last place is gonna have to be Gemini, just because from like a wearing standpoint of view, I would wear the other ones more. And my second place is Libra, which is surprising because I'm obsessed with Libra, but Aquarius is my favorite air sign polish, like hands down. I'm obsessed with dark blues like that. Okay, so let's move on to the fire signs. My least favorite that I probably would wear the least is Aries, just because if you guys know me, I'm not like your typical red polish wearer. It has grown on me because before I would never wear it, but definitely after doing this and swatching so many reds, like I've grown to love reds. But yeah, Aries is my last place. My second place goes to Sagittarius. I love how it looks on my nails. You guys definitely need to pick it up. It's so pretty. And obviously my first place is Leo. I'm obsessed with Leo. I did see some people like complaining about Leo and Sagittarius. If you don't like your sign, let me know why. Okay, and the last element is water. I feel like this is like probably like my second favorite trio. Cancer is gonna have to be my last place just because I like the others two so much more. And this might be a shock, but my second place is gonna be Scorpio. Scorpio is such like a seductive kind of color, and like I said before, I feel like everyone is gonna love this polish. And then obviously Pisces is my number one. I'm a sucker for these type of blue-green kind of polishes. I'm just excited to have another one like it in Lights Lacquer. Alright, so I already feel like my comments are gonna be hot. Don't hesitate to let me know what you think about these polishes. Let me know what your sign is, or if you know your top three, let me know your top three. I'm so curious to know. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.